That's right, because you're on.
Oh, really? Today?
Yeah.
Put the costume on.
Hobart Football Club. Both sides are as selected. There are no changes to the final deal teams.
Now I get what's going on with the replay squads. I think, once you set the replay, you might go up all the way over there. Now I got that.
You want to see a replay, you've got to work hard for it. Yeah, you see.
No. Cameraman's on there. Let's launch into it then, shall we, Barry? Full back to do all that this sort of lines up around the way. You sure not cover?
I full faith in other people here, not me.
Well, good afternoon and welcome to Grand Final Day, live from York Park. A big double header headed your way this afternoon, starting with the statewide Development League Grand Final. It's an all-southern affair in this one. It's Lauderdale taking on North Hobart, who will be the premiers, of course, following this one, the final TSL Grand Final in the history of the competition. Lauderdale also in that one. They will take on North Launceston in that one. But we'll begin the day here with the Dev League. And North Hobart winning their way through last week to take a shot at the Bombers. It should be a good game of football. We've got pretty good conditions here at York Park. I'm Andrew Cooling, and joining me to call this grand final is Bo Downham. A big good day to you, Bowie.
Yeah, good afternoon, Jory. What a cracking day it is here in Launceston. We thought it might have been tipping down. It was certainly when we left Hobart this morning about 8 a.m. It's looking an absolute picture here at UTAS Stadium. And what a, season these two teams have had. It's first, second on the ladder, I'll add. And they've been pretty even all year. They've only lost by 14 points collectively when they versed each other the whole year. So that's 3 games. And this one is shaping up to be a thriller. It was the qualifying final that got North Hobart to advance next week. And then beating Clarence by 3 points over at Blunston. It was a ripping game. And I'm not sure how to really spot these two teams apart, Jory. Both of them are looking red-hot favourites coming into this, I think.
Well, you've got the results from the previous meetings there, I believe, don't you, Bo? So why don't you run through those ones? It really does highlight just how evenly matched we're expecting this game to be. There's been very little between them all year.
Yeah, so in their qualifying final, it was 10-8-68, I should say, and they defeated North Hobart. Lauderdale did 7-12-54. Round 12, it was 5-11-41, defeating Lauderdale. North Hobart won that game 4-13-37, and then in round 5, the first time these two teams clashed with each other, 6-9-45, North Hobart defeated by Lauderdale, 7-6-48. That was at North Hobart Oval. So it's been a pretty even contest every time these two teams have won. A combined winning margin of 14 points for both teams. So there's not a hell of a lot between these two teams, Joey.
Yeah, and certainly North Hobart with 7 goals, 12 in that qualifying final will probably feel that perhaps they had the opportunities to have won their way straight through to the grand final. Instead, they've gone the longer path, had to get past Clarence last week, and that they did. So into the decider they go. in this final season of TSL football, and therefore obviously the final season of the Development League as well. Perhaps not quite as a storied competition as the TSL, but certainly been an important development league in blooding young players up into the TSL over the past few years, and we'll see some promising young players out there today. Also some more senior experience sets, particularly in that North Hobart side, who seem to kind of flip a number of the younger players up into the TSL this year. So some pretty experienced customers in the North Hobart side out there today, and Lauderdale have got a few who we've seen throughout the year in that senior side as well.
It really is a complete polar opposite of what the Dev League is usually known for, blooding young players. North Hobart have got a lot of senior talent that they could probably play. They've obviously opted to go for the youth this year, but Sandrick usually is a usual starting player in that lineup in the seniors. Sandrick's good. Downham has played a few games. Hasty, Poke. Riley Ferguson played a few games this year. Hilda's another one. Meadows, Edmondson and Barwick are usually on the cusp of senior selection, so they've come in here with a little bit of experience, whereas Lauderdale, they have the big Hayden Smith. Let's remember that he played for the Western Storm, so he's back on neutral territory this afternoon. We've also got Max Skelly, who's played a few games. Craig Blaschke came on like a house on fire. He was really good this year when he played in the seniors. He kicked 3 or 4 goals in a quarter. I remember that game. Ben Williams has played a few games. Banks made his debut this year as well. Ethan Still did. And we've also got a lot of the leading goal kickers. Drewy Logan Hovington was the leading goal kicker this year with 36 goals. Barwick, the Rodney Eade medalist. So there is stars everywhere you look for both of these teams.
And the teams lining up for the national anthem and the pre-game formalities here ahead of this big grand final day at York Park. Really looking forward to this contest, and it augurs well. It should be a very tight battle between these two sides, as we've just previewed. Not much separating them. We'll go now down to the pre-game ceremonies.
Walked the many hills and grassy plains to be here at the head of the Kalumaluka River. They were harsh times, and only the strongest and most resilient survived. Mina Tanapri Milaidina Palawatu. Mina Tanapri Ningipi Nungapi Takara Milaidina Nika. Mina Tanapri Palawa Manamapli. I acknowledge we stand on the land of my old people, who once walked for thousands of years all this land, as it is today by the Tasmanian Aboriginal community. To the players who stand before us, you represent your club, your region, your families. You are their warriors. While this old journey ends, a new pathway emerges, one we can walk together. But before we do, let's embrace this moment as the team's ready for battle. May you both play in the spirit of the game. Nari Ninatu, thank you.
Thank you, Graham. Now, please, if you're able, to stand for the Australian National Anthem to be performed today by Kat Dawson.
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are young and free. We've golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is good by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains, then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Thank you, Kat. Good luck both teams and umpires.
So there it is, the national anthem. Both of these teams look red hot and primed. It is shaping up to be an absolute classic in the Dev League Grand Final. Bodan and Andrew Cooling in the commentary box. We are so privileged and thrilled to be here. Two of the top seeds of the Dev League comp this year go head-to-head at UTAS Stadium in about 5 minutes' time. They get the, I should say 2 minutes' time, Drewy. I've just lost track of time. We're slowly moving towards it. Drewy, who are some players that you're looking out for this afternoon?
Well, I think there's a few names that stand out on each side. Jonty Barwick, one in the North Hobart side, I expect to have a real advantage out of the middle. He's going to be someone they're going to really look to use. Charlie Meadows impressed me when I saw him a couple of times in the seniors this year. Finlay Polk, I think those experienced customers in a grand final. The likes of he and Jack Sandrick, I think, are going to be really important. They're players with plenty of experience, and the big occasions, that'll be important. And Hayden Smith, certainly on the Lauderdale side, he ticks that box. Look, I'm largely familiar with the players who played TSL this year rather than the Dev League. So, you know, your William Broomhall, Oscar Shaw, Continenza, we've seen those guys play plenty of senior football this year. And one who's been, Riley Hooker, another one who's been in there plenty. Looking forward to seeing what he can do. Charlie Treasure, I think, is a good young player. And I think my tip for the medal was Will Gurgle, who comes into this game in some great form. So, quality players in both lineups. Both teams, you can make a case for winning this one. Who's going to show up and perform on the day? Could just come down to who takes their chances better, because I think these two are so evenly matched.
So Lauderdale win the toss and elect to kick to the Mowbray Cricket Ground, and it's not too windy at the moment. It's blowing a little bit, but other than that, pretty picture-perfect conditions here in Launceston. They're about to get underway. Meadows looks like he's going to go in the ruck. One of the better ruckmen of the competition. He's got a big day ahead of him, taking on Hayden Smith, who's looking to get his first premiership for Lauderdale. Such a stalwart of the Lauderdale Footy Club. Just got pushed out when Andrew Phillips came, and I mean, you can't blame him for doing that. But Smith, he is a very good addition to this Dev League team, Jory.
Yeah, he certainly is. He's a big frame. He's going to look to use that. I think we'll see the likes of Meadows maybe try and use his leap and run off him a little bit more. Smith's going to look to body up, engage, and use his real physical strength. But it's going to be an important duel all afternoon out of the middle. Umpire's got the ball. We're just about set to go in the Dev League Grand Final.
We got Barwick in there taking on Continenza. Sandrick also taking on Charlie Treasure, who you mentioned. Riley Hooker on there. On the wings, we've got Josh Webber taking on Lockie Payne.
So the umpire gets us underway in the Development League Grand Final for 2024. Smith first use. No one able to get a clean first possession though. And they'll battle once more. It's like Treasure and Sandrick against each other there. Meadows won that one down. Flicked out the back with some good pressure applied from Riley Hooker, who comes in, wraps that one up and locks it in. So, well, thinking he might have got a free kick there was Continenza. Umpire said no, I called the ball up. Not in the back, so they'll go for a third time. Can anyone get a clearance here? Smith won it down. Sandrick sharked it and then lost a hold of it. Kick spills out the side. Spoiled away. And then they'll drive it wide towards the half-forward line. Searching out after this one. Down there. Unable to get it was Big Yates. Another one who's got some senior experience this year.
He certainly has, Drewy, and he's third equal with the Rodney Eade medal this year. He was high on the goal kickers. He was third for goal kickers this year as well in the Dev League, as we see this one thrown back in. Meadows winning that tap down. Poke just missed it at the crucial time. Running onto that one there was Treasure. And now we're going to see a ball up inside forward 50 for North Hobart. They've just inched so closely to start proceedings. Sandrick and Treasure look like they're going to be matched up all day. Big Smith with a tap down. Running onto it there was Trent Millhouse. Dribbling kick forward by Poke. Yates tied along the boundary. Happy to see that one over the line was Jackson Devine for Lauderdale. And we'll see a boundary throw in about 20 from goal.
Charlie Hasty just dropping behind the ball at that stoppage. A loose man behind the ball for North Hobart. So it does come out quickly. They're well set up there. Smith reaches over the top. Again, it's going nowhere. The Bombers preferring their extra number at the stoppage, it would seem. So
they've got two behind the ball, I think, Drew.
Yeah, they've got another one too. They've got Keeling. So they're really interesting setup they're running with. The Bombers plenty of bodies around the ball, but they can't get first use. A strong tackle from Devine and locks it in there. Smith working his way through. Again, no one able to get an easy possession. The Rucks just kind of winning the ball to their feet. Rinse and repeat from the umpires here early on. It's the Demons in search of the opening score in this grand final. Smith slapped it down. Plenty of time, though, for Webber to guide one out of defence. It wasn't a good kick, though. Straight to Riley Wood. He'll send them right back inside the forward 50. Stretching, couldn't quite take the mark there. Flings out the back, and Edmondson slaps it high inside the forward 50. No one can take it cleanly. A bit of a rush kick out of there from Skelly. And just pitches inside the field of play and out for a ball in.
So, a little bit damp to start off with this game. A lot of stoppages. Teams just trying to settle the way through. That's usually the way it is in these grand finals. 5 minutes to get the teams just to calm their nerves a little bit and to get the legs up and running. Smith with a convincing tap down. Spinning through there was Miller to the top of the square. Yates is lurking around. Lauderdale with the numbers. Failing to pick that one up there was Gurgle. And we'll see another ball up deep inside forward 50 for North Hobart. Tilbury just handed the ball back to the umpire. He's going to need a big day. The coach tapping it down there again was Edmondson. Yates now slapping it on the left boot. Matthew Yates for the opener. He gets his first. He was good last year in the Dev League Grand Final. Matthew Yates getting the first of the afternoon. His first. And he's an own goal kicker. Third in the comp. He's got 29 this year. Which is Matthew Yates. And he starts off proceedings here at UTAS Stadium convincingly with a left foot snap.
Lovely finish from Yates. Wasn't an easy opportunity, that one, but he absolutely buries it. Just curling it back round on the left. Opened up the angle for himself and snipes it home. So, first blood to the Demons. They had been pressing in the opening 4 minutes. Ball had barely left their forward line, and they get some reward for it. As we head back to the middle, Smith and Meadows to resume that battle. Neither too convincingly. Hooker just passed the football. Clean up there in the direction of Hilda. He follows up, gathers, but is in turn gathered. Lost a hold of the football there. The umpire is going to ping him, so holding the ball. Hilda says, well, I wasn't holding the ball at all. That was the problem. Dropped out.
Yeah,
he's pinged.
Bit stiff, I would have thought, Troy.
A little harsh, perhaps, but it'll be the Bombers to drive it up the wing through the hands there of Keeling. Went back in, gets it now, delivers a handball out the back for Woody, flicks it over the top for Ferguson. Umpire spots a push in the back. Free kick going the way of Riley Wood. Spreads it wide. Now an opportunity for Wilmot. Sets them up towards half forward, but it's easily broken up.
So half back now for Lauderdale. I think it might be Foster biting off the kick in the middle to Smith. Hooker just dancing around his opponent. Got trapped, but Skelly's going to send them forward now. And he hits up at target. It's a nice kick in the direction of Noah Mead. Umpire wasn't going to pay the 50 there. They thought he might have. So Noah Mead from about 60 out. Sending it long inside forward 50. Banks was there. Picking up the footy nicely though was Wood. Just slapped it on the left boot. Runner nearly getting in the way here. And might be Winter it is to see this one out. Son of Darren, the former Lauderdale coach, who's got a lot to do with grand finals in Lauderdale. Winter happy to see that one out.
So the umpire will toss it back in, half forward for the Bombers. Smith through his hands. Continenza couldn't take it cleanly, just whacked towards the boundary. Handball back from Barwick was a good one. Now they work it down the line. Devine flew and fell out the back for Edmondson, who took it and then played on. Dished the handball to Sandrick. Sandrick flicks it over the top for Downham. Getting back brilliantly was Broomhall, but he infringed in the process. And a free kick is blown to the Demons. Thought he'd done enough to avoid giving it away there, Broomhall. Umpire disagreed. An opportunity for the Demons to get a second. Such a tough spot he was in. He throws his hands up there and goes, what was I meant to do? What more could I do? In the end, I think they took the advantage and kicked the goal. So it's 2 straight 12. And the Bombers, a little stiff perhaps, but North Hobart making their chances early here, but
Yeah, they certainly are, Jory. It was probably a little bit stiff, to be honest with you, but nonetheless, it doesn't quite matter if you end up slotting them. So it's now 2 straight goals to North Hobart. They've only really got one inside forward 50 to date. Have Lauderdale, so what can they produce? Smith needs to get going in the ruck. We've got Sam Chivers in there. What can he do? Big Smith winning the tap down. Hooker laying a tackle on Barwick. Ball just bobbling out now. Trying to meet it there was Calburn. And we'll see the ball up. Edging closer. Inside forward 50 are the Ds. Meadows winning it. Quick kick out there was from that man Chivers. Pack forms and a nice mark taken from Wiggins. Wheeling and going on that right foot. Just bit a little bit more off than he can chew. Wood leading the front runners. Blaschke lays a fingernail on him. And we'll see a throw in on the outer side of UTAS Stadium, which is looking a picture. A lot of rain over the recent days, and the groundsmen have done really well to get this one up. It drains quite well here at UTAS. It's looking a treat. Go back into the ruck now. Meadows winning that one. Barwick flicked the hand pass out. Riley Ferguson into the middle of UTAS Stadium. Trying to beat him there was Hilda. Quick kick is the option from Gurgle. Calburn just stood under it. And it was also Arnold flying for it. And we'll see a throw in now. Again on this outer wing, so probably went about 15 or 20 metres, but ultimately going nowhere.
so the Bombers just needing a little bit of a spark here after 10 minutes. The Demons got the jump on them. He'll be tossed back into play. Smith winning it down. Hooker fired out the handball, and they retreated to Arnold. Firing a low one down the wing. That's intercepted. Now it'll be the Demons with a chance to go forward. Tough one for Tilbury, just eluding him. Now a play for a throw in. So they work their way up the far wing. Just being unable to retain possession early on here, the Bombers. Demons doing a good job breaking things up. Smith getting the better of Meadows early on, not translating to clearances though. That one goes off the deck. And locking it in nicely was Calburn. So they continue to inch their way towards goal, up towards the paint of 50 now. Meadows won it down, kick was smothered. Treasure goes in. Going nowhere though. And locked up there, Meadows climbing on top of the ball. Smith paddles it down. Hooker tries to duck under a couple. Another firm tackle laid. And again, a ball up. Plenty of stoppages early here, Bo Downham.
Yeah, the senior team are in the house. They're watching on the Dev League. A game coming at you at 2:30. It's a fun-filled day here at UTAS Stadium. Shrugging the tackle nicely there was Arnold. Ball just bobbling out. Barwick sending them inside forward 50. Yates might have been pushed. Tilbury sliding in. And Tilbury's going to get a look for his first. In fact, it's Edmondson. My apologies. They look very similar, Edmondson and Tilbury. So he's going to look to get his first of the afternoon. I should say morning. 11 minutes gone. This is to get 3 straight goals in the opening quarter. Ryan Edmondson should make no mistake of this. Easy kick, and he's got it. So Edmondson gets his first. It's 3 straight goals now to North Hobart. Lauderdale have well and truly been put on the back foot early. Andrew Cooling.
Yeah, look, there's a slight wind advantage to the end. They are attacking the Demons, but I'm not sure it's quite a 3-goal breeze. Certainly the better end to be attacking, and they're making good use of it at the moment, but it's not really wind. It's just their ability to win the football and use it around the ground, just beating the Bombers up around the contest at the moment. They need a response. They have been jumped out of the gates here. It's been the dream start for North Hobart. 3 goals straight. They're taking their chances. And early scoreboard pressure in grand finals always a very good thing if you're able to exert that as they go to the middle once more. Smith wins it down, but Meadows sharked his tap and he'll get the clearance. He sends the Demons up towards 50. Yates lurking out the back. He's plucked it. Well, it could get better yet as Yates takes the mark and he'll go back for his second. Smith winning the taps, but the team not winning the clearances. It was his opposite ruckman there who just sharked it. Sends it inside, and being the better of Devine was Yates. He'll kick from about 45. Slight angle. He sends it on its way. And he split the middle as well. They're kicking the lights out early on here. It's 4 straight to North Hobart. 24 points up, just 13 minutes into this one.
The big Yadinator, 30 goals for the year, 28. He was equal third on the goal-kicking tally. I should say just third. He's been a real blendy hand down there forward. I'm pretty sure had a good game last year in the Dev League as well, Drewy. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he's someone they can look to going forward this morning. So back into the middle. Edmondson and Smith are going to do the ruck battle. Smith, again, as Drewy said, winning the tap downs, but hasn't had a whole lot to do apart from that. Edmondson winning this one down off the hands of Sandrick, in and under his hooker. And eventually being tackled there is Hovington, so he's moved into the middle now. Maybe just to try to create a spark. Ridley on screen as well. Dropped for the senior grand final this week after having a pretty good roll on Josh Green. Sandrick just overran it. Picking the ball up nicely there was Chivers. Just got smothered in the nick of time. Sandrick sending them forward again. But Max Skelly, the long flowing locks, just tattles a little kick forward. Hits up a teammate there, and Oscar Shaw at a half back. Kick into the middle of the ground. Chivers a little bit too hot to handle for him. Sandrick sending them forward now again, dropping back in the hole. And equally up to the task is Oscar Shaw. He's got Skelly on. He's going to look to go up the middle again. And that kick didn't work out last time, and it's not going to work out this time either. Trent Millhouse. What can he produce with ball in hand? Just a long left foot kick inside forward 50. Miller was there. Off the hands. And again there of a few Lauderdale players. And Riley Ferguson's going to gobble this one up. Sends it in the direction of Yates. Again, though, Winter got the hand pass off. Running on this one is Devine. Flick the hand pass back in. Winter hugging the boundary line. Big Hayden Smith. Hand pass didn't get turned over. It found its teammate. And again, they're just winning the ball, aren't they, Drewy?
Yeah, Williams takes over at half forward. They are locked in at the moment. They just keep turning the ball over, coming out of defence. Inviting the pressure. Another high ball inside 50. Edmondson a fly from behind, but taking the relieving mark was Shaw, who flicks this one wide. Found Broomhall. He works it down the line, working hard to give him an option was Riley Banks.
I've just had options coming out, or coming into the forward 50 in the middle of the ground, North Hobart. They're just finding those marks.
As this one's worked around the corner by Ferguson, but he too turns it over. Both teams just a little sloppy in possession in the last few minutes. Looking to switch it up is Banks. Making his teammate in Webber really work for that one. Work hard he did, though, and he flicks it up over the top and he finds Steele. So looking to spread the field a little more here the Bombers after they turned it over trying to go through the corridor the last few exits. Long ball up towards the wing. The mark was dropped. Back in, and now an opportunity for Hasty. They work it by hand down the wing, but coughed it up. Hasty will go back in here. Anyone take clean possession. Still bumbling about, and eventually a strong tackle laid by Chivers, and he'll lock it up on the wing. Unable to gather that football for a second as it bobbled about. Bombers in dire need of a steady here early on. And they'll find themselves in far too big of a hole. Finlay Poke burrowing through, but he's brought down. Ball spilt out into place, says the umpire. Around the corner goes Millhouse, just lofts it up towards 50. Some good defending there to see it away. And out of play for a throw in, but they just can't get the ball forward to centre at the moment, the Bombers, Bowie.
No, they certainly can't, Drewy. And they're trying to bring up some numbers to just try and get an outnumbering, but as you can see here, it's pretty congested. I wouldn't be surprised if it results in another stoppage, as the ball's just going to go to the feet of Smith. They really need to start creating something. So Smith just, again, through the hands of him. We'll see another stoppage. So, no, he won't. It'll be a free kick going the way of Shaw. Left half back. Chipping kick over the top finds Alex Wiggins. Lethargic build-up early. Can it result in at least a score? Really good effort shown by Studley, but nothing making from it. So 4 straight goals, 24 to Lauderdale yet to score. They were red-hot favourites coming into this one as they were on top of the ladder, Lauderdale, but maybe the grand final nerves just getting the better of them. Quarter time could not come quick enough. Smith, silver service down to Treasure. Again, North Hobart with the numbers. High up and under kick. Standing underneath that one there was Broomhall. Flicking the hand pass out was Miller. His kick just got smothered. Wood laying a nice tackle. And we'll see the ball up in the centre square.
Now 18 and a half gone in the opening term. 4 straight to nothing. Smith takes it out of the ruck himself. Meadows swings around, trying to hold on to the ball, and Smith succeeded in forcing another stoppage. Reaches over the top, wins that one down. Sent forward by Barwick inside the arc once again. Gathering it is Arnold. Got rid of it quickly. Broomhall dancing around, a bit of indecision. He'll flip it back over the top to Arnold, who work it down the line. This is where it's been breaking down for them, though, and again it will. He can't find Webber. And it's drifted out of bounds on the full. They're just not hitting their targets with that kick coming out of defence.
Yeah, it's that kick going forward of centre, Drew, isn't it? That they just get trapped on. Lauderdale.
It's making life very tough for them at the moment. Demons in control as this one's worked into the middle. Lovely ball for Hasty. Hasty wheels off onto the right and puts it into space where Finlay Poke is working hard to give him an option. Took an unkind bounce for him and just bouncing away out of defence. They'll find an avenue down the line in Chivers. Chivers goes short. The Demons had the long option covered off. Not too bad to Blushka. Well, that was a dicey kick. They tried to find Skelly, invited all sorts of danger, and they cough it up. Miller now. He sets a high ball up towards the paint of 50. Yates is there in the contest again. Spilt out the back for Edmondson. He lofts it deep inside the forward 50. And it's spoiled out of play by Gurgle.
You could tell there that they were working a little bit harder there, Lauderdale, weren't they? Just to create an option leading up, get an exit kick at uncontested mark. But again, North Hobart just with the numbers. So 24 points to the margin. Smith and Edmondson. Foster coming back as a spare. Who's going to prevail? Smith just off the hands of Foster. Edmondson. Tate Winter trying to pick this one up. Miller in and under as well. Winter just got stripped. Hilda. Happy to see this one in for the throw up. About 35 metres out from goal. Probably even less than that. They look to get their 5th of the morning. So Edmondson off the hands of Foster. In and under there is Hooker. Just edging so closely. Pushed off it there was Treasure. Real dangerous areas now. North Hobart are lurking around. Strong tackle laid It was a really nice tackle. I think it might have been from Ferguson, maybe even Bradley Williams, Drewy, as we get another throw up.
Yeah, it was Williams, and the pressure's been relentless from them. They are contributing to some of these errant kicks coming out of defence by the sheer pressure they're exuding. Smith reaches over the top, one down, ball in dispute. Big shouts for holding the ball, but hooker with no prior opportunity. The umpire will have it.
Maybe just come back a little bit if you're Lauderdale. Draw them back up to that 50 arc and just open the ground up a little bit.
Smith slaps it down, but sharked by Miller. High ball won't have the distance to score. Off hands and out of play once again. Just under constant pressure. These Bombers defenders right now.
Everyone's up. No one is in that 50. Try and put a few back. Just open up this game a little bit. Half forwards are coming up the ground like Blaschke and Steele, but nothing's eventuating from it.
Back in again, over the head of Edmondson. Smith gets the clearing kick up towards the middle of the ground. Now perhaps an opportunity to get something going. Can they find a target inside the forward 50? They've not gone forward often today, but now it's opening up. Tumbling ball. Picked off though. And cleared out of there. Kavanagh sends it up towards the wing. Miller. Clever little ball over the top, and he found Millhouse. Millhouse sets them inside once again. Bounced away from Smith. Gathered by Skelly. High up and under to clear defensive 50. Miller comes in from the side. And Barwick is there again. And they shut it down. It'll be tossed back into play. So we've ticked into red time in the opening term.
And they are working much harder for the football in North Hobart. Lauderdale lost for answers at the moment. What is Josh McGuinness going to do to change the tide of this game? They are under constant pressure. It's 4 straight goals. Who is going to stand up for Lauderdale? It won't be Smith in that tap down. Meadows just tapping it to the advantage. Still intercepting. Skelly. The high up and under kick towards the boundary line. And running out at Tarmac is the ball. And we'll see a throw in. And it's going to be a push free kick to North Hobart. Costly free kick. So Hasty's going to send them forward once more. Leading out is Edmondson. Yates leading to the top of the square. Just going forward now. The pack forms and the fist convincingly over the boundary line for a throw in. So 24 minutes gone. 4 straight goals. Lauderdale have been inside forward 50 3 times in the last half hour. Nothing coming from it. As we go with Smith with the tap down. Foster working. Winter happy to see this one over the boundary line for a throw in. They're moving closer to goal, but nothing happening just yet for North Hobart. Looking to get it 5th straight and really put them in the box seat. They look hungry up from Lauderdale. That's the bottom line. Edmondson, Miller, in there was Skelly. Dick to hand pass out to Hooker. Foster, really tight stuff. Sandrick sending them forward. Dug into the turf there was Arnold, and we'll see a throw up.
Calburn locking it in there. Turning the screws right now. Can the Bombers hold on and avoid conceding another one? That one handled towards the line. The shouts for insufficient intent began well before the ball even got to the line. In the end, probably had the opportunity to take possession infield. That will be all she wrote for the opening term here at York Park. And what a start from North Hobart. The ball lived in their forward line in that opening term, and they took full advantage. 4 straight 24. The Bombers yet to score. They barely went inside 50 in that term. They really struggled. There is a bit of a wind advantage to the end the Demons were attacking, but I don't think it was quite that significant. We'll see if they can turn things around in quarter number 2. And a dream start for the Demons there, though.
Yeah, who's going to stand up if you're Lauderdale? Is it going to be the skipper Foster? Blaschke needs to get a little bit involved when they go forward. I'm just looking at a few jumpers at the moment, and no one is really working as hard as these North Hobart players. They want it more at this present time. Coming from second on the ladder, so it's not like it's a big differential, Drewy, and it's danger signs for Lauderdale well and truly.
Yeah, I suppose if you're looking for positives for Josh McGuinness, they were able to win the ball and open things up a few times. They just missed targets by foot. There were a few times where they took risks through the corridor. That didn't work. Shaw, I think, twice in 30 seconds turned kicks over going through the middle. And after that, they were a little bit gun-shy. They started going wide. They're presenting and working hard to give leads off the ball. They're just not hitting them. So I think tidy up the foot skills is going to be the key for them. That might be easier with the wind at their backs, but they're going to need a big turnaround.
One more. This is probably the most annoying thing as a coach. I can only assume you get a lot of people coming into the huddle now trying to tell you what to do. I think very important for these Lauderdale players just to stick to their process, try and just remain calm. And I mean, it's 24 points, but we've seen bigger margins cut off in grand finals. So I just think stick to your process if you're Lauderdale. Don't take too many external noises in. Just listen to the people that matter most, Drewy.
And they're broken off into their respective midfield, forward and defensive groups. And we'll break off for just a couple of minutes here on the call. And be back shortly with quarter number 2. After one term in the Development League Grand Final, it's North Hobart, 4 straight 24. Lauderdale yet to score. So back for quarter number 2 at York Park. Josh McGuinness just delivering an all-time spray to his charges there at quarter time in the huddles, trying to get a response out of this Lauderdale outfit. We'll see if that will spark them. Potentially have the easier end to attack, but as I said, I don't think it's a 4-goal breeze. You've got to give all the credit to the Demons for that first quarter. Can we see a response here from Lauderdale? Blanked in the opening term, 4 straight 24-0, but we're ready to go in quarter number 2. Lead us off by Downell.
Yeah, it was a very convincing first quarter by North Hobart. It was 4 straight goals. Lauderdale going inside forward 50, maybe a maximum of 5 times. That might be generous as well. So they need a lift. McGuinness has given them an almighty spray. Will that lift this group? Smith and Meadows in the ruck. Second quarter action up now. From UTAS Stadium, Meadows getting that one down. Flick the hand pass off. Ferguson was the intended target. Continenza just drilling it forward. Hovington's a goal sneak. Trickling ball forward. Slap on the boot there from Blaschke to the top of the goal square. We'll see a minor score, so they're finally back on the board. It's 23 points now. They've cut it down to 1. As we get a mark out of defence there by Kavanagh. Fist came from behind well and truly, and we'll see a throw in. So looking like they have a little bit more intent this quarter. Drewy?
They got the first clearance, and that's as close to the goals as they got. Got the ball in deep at least, so see if they can build from that. They would dearly, dearly love the first goal in this second term as they try and work their way back into the contest. Smith won it down, but turned it straight over to Payne. His high-arching kick spoiled away. Hooker flicked the handball back, turning away Skelly. Looks it to the outside, and then they'll go back into the corridor. A bit of a risky kick, but it's a good one. Ridley, he works it across to Webber. Broken up, but infringing surely. Yeah, the front-on contact there against Tilbury. Did all he could, but was in a no-win situation there. A low ball drilled. Oh, Smith was wide open, and he put it below his feet. Recovered, though. Got to Blaschke, who sends it goalward. How will it bounce? Oh, the wrong way if you're a Bombers fan. Through for a behind. But better signs in quarter number 2 so far from Lauderdale.
Yeah, Tilbury giving that one back. 3 votes this year in the Cripps TSL Player of the Year. Very generous 3 votes, I may add.
Most generous 3 votes you'll see in your life, Bodie. 6 touches, mate.
Keeling will go. Now just cut off there nicely. Lauderdale pressing forward. And it's going to be a high free kick. Going the way of Continenza. Nice kick, has some vision. Here is Skelly. Flick the hand pass off. Lauderdale looking to get the first. Just a kick on goal. Is going to miss. So that's 3 straight behinds, and they've all been probably 50-50 chances. They are peppering the goal face at the moment. So another kick out from North Hobart, electing to go to the commentary side wing. High up and under kick. Yates is the intended target. Fist came from behind for Winter. Lets him know about it as well. And we'll see a throw in.
More of a spring in their step so far this quarter. A couple of inside 50s and body language looking a little bit better out there. Looking around each other. Their senior teammates watching on from the sidelines, encouraging them, trying to get a lift. They've made a bright start here. Pope reached out, couldn't gather. Smith fired out a handball, which Webber has to retreat to gather, and he'll retreat further here with a handball that puts his teammate under all sorts of pressure.
Great
umpire says ducked. And we'll toss it up. Winter there. Able to escape as it's flicked back there. Off balance kick from Cracknell, and it drifts all the way out of play. Out of bounds on the full.
He was very, very good as a junior. It was Angus Cracknell. I think he won a few Beakley Awards, Drewy. I might be wrong, but he's a very, very well-known name here, I should say, at North Hobart.
That one's drop short, made to work hard was Jamison Arnold, but was up to the task. The big men want it down the line. That's just where he will head. Meadows and Smith there, but reaching up and taking a good mark's Divine. Devine looks to move it quickly, sends it up over the top. They've got some numbers for the ball here. Continenza couldn't gather, going Blaschke, burrowing in. Barwick, did he get in his back? No, umpire will call for it. He tossed up inside 50, but a lot better to start this term. The Bombers, the energy's shifted a little out there as Meadows is stripped of the football. Sandrick went in and he too cannot escape.
Yeah, Meadows doing really well to nullify Smith down the line. He's going to be probably one of the most used targets this afternoon. Hooker flicked the hand pass. Blaschke, Continenza. This is looking good for Lauderdale. Sandrick was there, provided a shepherd. Tackle didn't get paid. Hugging the boundary line nicely there was Ferguson. Snap kick finds Miller. Nicely done by North Hobart. Chip kick to the Rodney Eade medalist in Barwick. Penny Williams standing the mark. 5 gone. 3 behinds. Yet to score North Hobart. High kick down the line. Nice mark taken there from Gridley. Bites off a kick into the middle of UTAS Stadium. Hits up at teammate. Dancing around him there was Broomhall. Long kick inside forward 50 from Broomhall. Meadows stands underneath it nicely. And a nice intercept mark.
Yeah, that's what you love to see your rucks do, getting back, helping out to defend like that. And as the Demons look to chain handballs off the half-back line, they'll work it up the wing here. Flips it over the top to Payne. He's forced backwards. Eventually, they'll drive it to a contest. Smith couldn't take the intercept. Oh, great work just to grab the arm there of Millhouse. Just would not let go as he tried to escape. Just had him by the hand. Said, you're going nowhere as he tried to slip out the back. Well done, Big Smith. Some great strength. Millhouse just about the arm coming out of the shoulder there. I reckon would have been a tough one as the umpire tosses it up once more. And it'll be Lauderdale with the clearance, but it's a bit of a rash one. Invites some danger here. Yates wouldn't sit for him, and instead a chance for Lauderdale to pump it deep forward. 2-on-1 in favour of the Demons. It's a nice relieving mark taken back there by Keeling. And settle things down and head wide, found Wood. A should pair of hands. Half back, he keeps it moving to Sandrick.
Even numbers down the ground, Joey. Not too much to go to for Sandrick.
So he looks inside instead, bites it off 15 metres as he charges off his line. The umpire had spotted something though.
50, I think.
There's been a 50 metres called, and it's going to be Sandrick with the opportunity to send them right inside 50. He's marched all the way to the paint, so opportunity for Sandrick here to forge something. He threads it wide to Yates, who runs inside, sets sail. It's drifting across the face. Almost brought in. Shark drove Blaschke. It's another one. It's Kavanagh, in fact. And they are absolutely flying North Hobart.
Well, they certainly are, Drew. Just got it out too easily there, didn't they? North Hobart kicking it down the line. They got the early exit. McGuinness is under some real pressure down there on the bench. He's trying to figure out a way to get this game back on their terms, as we see on the replay there. Very, very swift mover was Kavanagh. Swept up on that one. So what does McGuinness do now? It is a very, very dire straits, I guess, moment in time.
Well, I think the thing is they've been going all right this quarter, Bo. They've had the better of the play. They've just kicked 3 straight behinds. North Hobart one goal, and that's a real backbreaker if you're a Lauderdale player or fan. Like, they've dominated this quarter. They've lost it by 3 points.
Yeah, Stixie Blackburn trying to offer his support down there. Not sure how much to say he's got. The big fella, will see him up next. Spinning out of trouble there was Webber. High up and under kick. Just bounced the wrong way. The Lauderdale player in Broomhall. And running out at tarmac again. So a few opportunities just going the way in North Hobart at the moment. It was obviously out of bounds, but just when you think they're going to have a little bit of a run on Lauderdale, they just get pinged for something like that. So we'll go back to this commentary side. Smith just ripped it out of the ruck. Millhouse laying a tackle. Very strong one. And umpire calls for a ball up. Millhouse was my pick for best on ground today, purely based on the fact that he plays second-grade cricket for Newtown. So hopefully he has a good day. He's been in and under early. Smith pushing Meadows out of the ruck. Kick there from Broomall. High spiralling ball. Nearly taking the mark for North Hobart was Williams. And Meadows lays a really strong tackle. We'll see a ball up.
I picked Will Gurgle, but we're going to need to win for that to happen. And I tell you what, this is going, things are going to need to change very quickly.
I think we might have just been picking in on names, to be honest, Drew.
I might have gone off who was named in the best, the most this year. As this one's chipped down the line, and that's a good mark taken by Edmondson. The Tools really asserting themselves forward of the ball for the Demons. Wide one will do nicely for Finlay Poke.
At least one of us took it seriously, Drew.
There's Finlay Poke. Drives it up towards half forward. Bit of a low, flat kick, that one. There's an opportunity here for Chivers. Had some pressure, so he flung it out to Shaw. Can Shaw find a target here? He kicks to a 3-on-2. The numbers now start to even up at the full of the footy. Keeling back there, ran into some trouble, but then went back, gathered the football, flicked it over the top nicely to Cracknell. Cracknell sends them up inside the forward 50, almost there. And a second goal, he might be able to follow it up there. Kavanagh wouldn't quite sit for him. Good tackle laid as it spills out to Kavanagh once more. He gathers, tries to shrug free of Gridley, flicked it over the top to Yates. That was shut down. And they force a stoppage at half forward. It's still very hard work for the Bombers at the moment as the Demons start to get a foothold in quarter number 2. They lead this grand final by 27 points. Tossed up once more. Smith and Edmondson. Kavanagh again starting to get busy. Hooker combining with Gridley. Hooker has to get rid of it. Just does in time. And look at the Demons swarm. 3 of them there to lay the tackle. It'll be tossed up once again.
And it's been that clear pressure all morning, hasn't it, Drew? We've been playing for about 45 minutes. Smith just got stripped. Millhouse overrunning it. Continenza with a quick hand pass off. Foster has a little bit of time and space. Meeting him nicely there was Ferguson. Umpire's ball. 0-3, 3 to 5 straight 30. 27-point lead to North Hobart. Dev League Grand Final action live from UTAS Stadium. Picture perfect day as Millhouse sends them forward once more. Overrunning it there was Hilda. Going into the turf though was Gurgle, I think it might be, as we see another ball up just inside forward 50 for North Hobart. Edmondson and Smith. Smith got the tap down. Millhouse ran into 2 players. Skilly dragging him down, holding the ball. So can they go from half back to half forward? Continenza now. Bright fluoro boots. Stabbing kick forward. Just a really ugly mongrel punt going forward. Now Hilda has a little bit of space. Just props a little bit from outside 50, so probably not on his range. Another one of these players that probably could be playing senior footy for North Hobart. He put a string of games together last year. I think he might have played 2 or 3 earlier in the year. So Josh Hilda, it would take an almighty thump from outside 50, sending it to the top of the square. Intercept mark taken by Jason Gridley on the last line of defence. Dropping back into this team. Oh, Christensen moves in, a little bit of trouble. Cowburn was lurking around. Yates tried to get it. Shaw with a hack kick out wide. And a nice mark taken by Edmondson.
Now Edmondson is this second quarter now starting to play out in a similar manner to quarter number 1. Just getting a hand up. Continenza couldn't prevent it spilling out to Miller. Brilliant blow. Gridley with a block that saves the potential goal, and now he looked to provide some dash. Just got the handball away in time, but it's locked in again. This is relentless pressure. That time, Kavanagh locking it in there. They just cannot escape out of their back line at the moment. Smith tried to take it out of the ruck. Edmondson brings him down. And the umpire calls for it. All living up this end of the ground at the moment. 27 points the Demons' advantage. And the sunshine at York Park. Hooker goes back inside, takes a man on, fired a handball out to Treasure. He got it to Continenza, heads very wide. And that'll go all the way out of play. And at least they relieve some of the pressure for the time being. Under siege again is this defence, as it was for much of the opening quarter. They started quarter number 2 brightly, had 3 opportunities in the opening 2 minutes, couldn't take one. And the game swinging back the way of the Demons again as Edmondson slaps it on. Just towed up towards the half-forward line. Finlay Pope gathered. Tilbury find out the handball, and then they send it inside once more. This one should be gathered, though, by Skelly, but it was brilliantly shut down. Some crafty play there from Max Calburn, and again they lock it in.
Yeah, they've been wearing the Micah glove this afternoon, North Hobart. Just relentless pressure. Lauderdale not up to the task just yet. Josh McGuinness and the Brains Trust down there for Lauderdale have to think of something, and something quite quickly before this gets real out of hand. So Edmondson gets it out of the ruck, just got mauled. Continenza taken to the ground by Kavanagh. Miller, Barwick, sets on goal. Jonty Barwick, it's through! He gets his first. North Hobart get their 6th. And it's just etching a little bit out of the hands of Lauderdale now. They've got one hand nearly on the cup to North Hobart. I know it's early doors, but they're just looking so out of it, Drewy, at the moment. They need to find something. Who's going to stand up for them? Maybe the skipper, Foster. Smith needs to... He's been winning the hit-outs. His midfield haven't quite delivered for him. You can see on the replay there, Barwick with a really nice kick at goal.
Yeah, I think the biggest issue remains that ball use off half-back. They're just not hitting targets or finding targets on those exits, and it's just leading to these repeat entries. And the pressure, it's telling on the Bombers' defence. They've stood up pretty well. They've just been under a constant siege, and North Hobart making every post a winner at the moment. 6 shots for 6 goals as they're back in the middle now. And umpire says holding the footy. Meadows with the free kick and the quick hand off to Cracknell. He'll drive them forward again, Will Cracknell. High ball in there, they fly. Spills out towards Kavanagh, roving. He'll step from the pocket for another. Kavanagh makes it 7 for North Hobart to start the grand final. They are flying here at York Park. It's 42-3. And you said it is early doors, Bo Downham, but this is looking very ominous indeed for the Bombers.
Yeah, they're a little bit like a deer in the headlights, Lauderdale, aren't they? There's not much working for them. They're a little bit stunned. Who is, as we said, we can't stress enough, who is going to stand up? Because at the moment, this is starting to get well out of hand. McGuinness down there on the boundary trying to find something. And it's interesting that he's coaching. Drew, I'll pose the question. Do you reckon if they... looks like they're going to lose today. We're not sure, obviously, yet. But can you see it affecting McGuinness's performance? I'll come back to you as we see. Cracknell with a high kick. Gridley overrunning it. Webber was there. Tilbury broke the tackle. Etching forward. Calburn now. Barwick so swiftly. Sending them inside forward. 50. Edmondson couldn't quite take the mark. High free kick. And Edmondson is going to line up now for his 2nd of the afternoon. And it's been all North Hobart for about maybe half an hour, Drewy, hasn't it? Maybe probably the whole game, to be honest. So it's going to be Edmondson. He's going to waltz in to the paint of 50. Looking for his 2nd. And North Hobart's 8th. Well, it's just champagne footy at the moment. Edmondson gets his 2nd. North Hobart all over Lauderdale at the present time.
This is an absolute procession. North Hobart absolutely dominating this contest. The Bombers' first 4 minutes of the term look good. Since then, again, much like quarter number 1, they can't get the ball forward of centre and starting to win the ball out of the middle now too. Ominously, that one. An arm chop against Shaw. I don't think you can have too many complaints there. Looked a pretty clear chop of the arms there. The forward, Edmondson, rewarded for getting front position, and they are not missing. They are not relenting. And 45 points already, the margin. It is an enormous hole that they find themselves in. Can they start digging themselves out of it here? They dearly need the next one, as trying to escape was Cracknell, but he was reeled in. There'll be another stoppage, but now they're starting to boss the ball out of the middle as well. Smith wins it down. Unable to escape was Chivers.
If anything, Drew, I probably wouldn't have been surprised with the North Hobart. Such a high emotional win last week. Lauderdale with the weekend off last time.
There's an advantage will be paid to Treasure here, and he'll take full advantage. Flicked it over the top. It was a poor handball to Broomall. Let him wide open. Clean missed him. Just basic skill errors now creeping into their game. That's what confidence can do. Keeling wide to Kavanagh. He's a man with plenty of confidence. He's kicked two, but he's caught here. Just got the handball away in time. Back into dispute. Keeling will go in for it. Somehow got the handball out of there, and they'll flick it via the outside and work it back in where it's broken up by Smith. Through some heavy traffic was Gridley. Shaw. Hooker. Sets it up towards half forward, but Keeling's there to pick it off once more.
Yeah, I don't think we've mentioned this today on the broadcast just yet, Joey, but let's not forget the North Hobart are going for back-to-back. And they've been one of the top seeds throughout the Dev League competition. So, Lauderdale just winning it back with a smother. Hovington just got mauled. And we'll see. The ball up. Oh, high free kick. It will be. So Hovington wheeling and going. Umpire calls him back on his line. Adam Hayes directing traffic out there, the umpires. Big congratulations to them. High, long kick inside forward, 50. The pack forms just through the hands. And now Ferguson, he got tackled. Blaschke also. A little bit of pressure now by North Hobart in their defensive 50. They've stood up well. So, Meadows again in the ruck. It's going to be against Wiggins. Meadows fists it out there. Gets his own crumb. Kick was just hindered with it from Wilmot. And it's going the way of Hooker. So Riley Hooker now to try and get the first goal for Lauderdale. A very, very tough angle. If he's anything like his brother Campbell, though, he'd be half a chance. So, Hooker hugging the boundary line for the first of the afternoon for Lauderdale. It's swinging, and it will just get behind the crowd. Thought it was a goal. Thanks, Drewy, and they got up him out. It's actually behind.
I wasn't sure if that was the Lauderdale fans getting excited or whether the North Hobart fans was really passionate about the Bronx, but no, I think just deceived with the Lauderdale fans there by that one. I don't mind Hooker taking that shot on, though. His team needs a goal. They need a lift. I'm perfectly fine with him taking on the shot from the tight angle there. They can get it through. Maybe that's something that can spark them, and they're in dire need of that. Riley Hooker, of course, Campbell and Fletcher both involved in the seniors final after this one, as Meadows couldn't gather, was crunched, and slinging tackle there from Webber locks it in. Trying to impose themselves physically here, Lauderdale. They seek any sort of inroad back into this contest. In danger of going the entire first half without a goal here unless they can find something. Smith worked it to Hooker, clever little paddle. Did it nicely. Worked it over the top. Ooh, good tackle laid there by Hilda. Springs out the way of Chivers. Chivers drives it inside, and he finds a marking target and an opportunity to settle it down. Thought about playing on. Eventually will go back and take his shot. Just settling it down is Treasure. And he's played some senior football this year. Didn't look confident initially, thought about passing it, but his side needs something to get them going. Can Charlie Treasure deliver it? He'll kick from just inside 50. His side 44 points in arrears. Can Treasure answer the call for the Bombers here? He makes his way towards goal. He sends it across the face. It was always drifting wide. And it's a fifth straight behind for Lauderdale, who just need to find the big sticks.
They're just not taking a trick at the moment, are they, Drew? They Can't get it anywhere near those two big sticks they need to kick it in between. So Ferguson heads out to this outer wing. Yates with the fist. Happy to see this one over the boundary line for a throw in. 24 minutes gone now. 0-5-5 to 8 straight 48. North Hobart convincingly in the box seat. The Lauderdale boys look on. The senior guys up at 2:30. Live from UTAS Stadium. Smith. Free kick going the way of the big Hayden Smith. Can he produce something? They need a hero. Stabbing kick forward. Hits up Treasure. Wheeling and going. Hovington there, the goal sneak. Keeling pushing him over, but Hovington, well, if there's anyone to kick a goal, it will be him. He's led the Dev League goal kicking, 36 goals this year. And when I tell you that Lauderdale need a goal, that is a massive understatement, because they probably need 2 or 3.
Strong mark, wasn't it?
Yeah, it
the
certainly
pressure was
was.
coming from Keeling. He had to stand under it, knew the contact was coming, and he'll now kick after the siren. And this could change the mood of the camp heading into the sheds. Give them something to cling to at least.
Oh, yeah, certainly, Drew. And the siren go for a little bit longer than usual. So, Hovington needs to get this one. If ever there was a time. Kick on goal. Hovington's got it. He gets his first. Now he does. So Hovington gets the first. Get around here. It's a real mood changer. And they finally on the scoreboard.
Well, very nearly shut out there in that half. Well, the Lauderdale Bombers, after the siren, they get there first. Badly needed, but some good reaction from his teammates there. They all flew in. There was a big fist bump on the goal. They all got round him. There was some positivity. They need to cling to anything at this point. They just needed something to be able to take into that break and change things up. They're still in an enormous hole, 37 points. It's going to be tough. Maybe that can be the fire starter for them. A good, strong mark, good finish. It's been a half up until that moment, utterly dominated by the Demons and heading into the sheds. I think whilst there's a little bit of positive energy off that last couple of minutes from Lauderdale, North Hobart have got to be the delighted team heading into the sheds. They could have dreamed a better start than this one.
Yeah, certainly they are in the box seat, and there is no doubt about that. Lauderdale only getting a goal, 1-5-11 to 8 straight 48. It's a very big half-time break for both of these teams. 2 more quarters of football in their season. Currently, Hobart taking a 37-point lead in this break. We'll take a quick break as well, Drewy. Half action.
We're back for the second half here at York Park in the Development League Grand Final. It is North Hobart in the box seat as we prepare to begin quarter number 3. They've built themselves a 37-point advantage after a dominant first half. A goal after the siren from Lauderdale, giving them some hope, sent them into the rooms in a positive mindset, but really the preceding 49 minutes before that was all North Hobart. They've got a lot of work to do in quarter number 3 if they're going to fight back into this decider. 37 points to the advantage as we're ready to go again in the Development League Grand Final. Quarter number 3 is Bo Downham.
It's a very, very big third quarter. The premiership quarter is why they call it this. And just wait for the umpire to get things ready. In your own time, guys. Very anticlimactic now. We'll just give it a big build-up, Drewy, and now...
to be fair, I think the players are out early. They've actually not had the 15-minute break they're meant to. They're out there 2 minutes early, which is why we're waiting. The umpires are just going to... They'll go when they're allowed to go. I don't think they're allowed to yet, Bowie.
Here we go. Adam Hayes in the middle now. The umpire. Hayden Smith, Charlie Meadows, hooker on poke. Let's get it on. Smith. And then under there was Continenza. He's changed the boots. There's Continenza. Here he is on cue. He's gone the orange ones now. As we go inside forward 50 for the first time this quarter. Nice strong mark taken. It was from Noah Mead. Noah Mead. So, from 50, sets it to the top of the goal square. Who's going to fly? Standing underneath it nicely, I think it's Hovington. Might be wrong.
Wiggins, I think.
I think it is Wiggins, Drewy. So, for the near perfect start in this third quarter, when it counts most, Wiggins needs to stand up. You can even see a few Cats jerseys in the crowd. Obviously, the senior team playing in their Cats strip. Drewy would like that. Anyway, here is Wiggins. For the first one, and to provide a little bit of hope, he's got it. Wiggins gets his first. Lauderdale are on the board for the first time this quarter. And they've come out firing, Drewy.
Yeah, well, they started quarter number 2 quite brightly. Couldn't get the goal to show for it. Had those 3 behinds. And then from then on, North Hobart absolutely dominated. But it makes it 2 in a row. A goal either side of the halftime siren. Bit of a spark. Something to build from. 31 points. A handy break, but certainly not insurmountable if they can find their best football in the second half. And certainly a positive start there. Get it in deep, put the defence under pressure. And after Hovington kicked that one before half-time with a really good mark, likewise there from Wiggins. So 2 in a row for the Bombers. As we go back to the middle, Meadows reaches over the top. He'll try and get the clearance, just towed it away before Hooker can close him down. And it might break open here as fumbling it forward inside the forward 50 arc. Meadows went in for it. Back over the top from Payne. Just kept him by Miller, but he's brought down from behind by Blashke. Caught him. And suddenly a bit of life in these Bombers. The crowd coming into it. And well supported here with both teams in the final. That looked like a fairly blatant in the back from Wilmot. And the free kick will go the way of Devine.
Now the crowd just starting to build a little bit, Drewy. A little bit of hope slowly entrenching this Lauderdale team.
The team's finally given them something to cheer about. It's been a tough afternoon for them so far, as that one's worked over the top. Bowick trying to escape with the football, but he's wrapped up. Hooker goes in for it. It'll be tossed up on centre wing.
Try and cut the lead down, cut it in half, try and make sure North Hobart only max kick 1 or 2 goals. And you're in for a red-hot chance if you can get a few goals this quarter. Lauderdale. Smith out in front of Continenza. He had Blashke. Sending them forward again is Blashke. Nearly taking the mark was Wiggins. Funneled through. Still sets on goal, and I think it was a pretty obvious throw.
I thought he paid advantage there for a second.
The umpire will call this one back here. Very
as blatant
big
throw as you will ever see, Bowie.
No second thoughts about that. As Keeling stabs it towards Barwick. Commentary side wing from UTAS Stadium. Andrew Cooling, Bo Downham in the commentary box for you this afternoon. Pleasure to be here for the Devley Grand Final. Kick just gets turned over by Continenza. Change of boots. Maybe a change of fortune for Lauderdale as they send it forward. Nearly taking the mark. In front was Blashke. In fact, it was Noah Mead. And it's going to be the throw in. 4 minutes gone. I've kicked the opening goal of this quarter. Nice throw in. Smith tapping it down. Umpire spotted a free kick. Going the way of Big Aiden Smith. In fact, it won't be. It will be going to Weber. Just starting to heat up here at UTAS Stadium. Weather-wise, very, very good conditions. Weber sending them forward. Banks from the back. Downham. And Still's going to try and get this one. Ferguson slapping it on neatly. Nice kick out from Payne. Genuine 1-on-1 and Shaw does well to take the mark.
Sweeping up around the back quite nicely there, although it stagnates as the Demons shut down his short option. So we head a little bit further afield. Kicks to a contest over the head of Devine, but they keep a hold of the ball and want to work it back inside. An opportunity to drive it inside the forward 50 here. That is spectacularly plucked by Wiggins, who's coming to life here in this quarter. He'll go back for his second, and second good mark for the quarter here. Having an impact, Alex Wiggins. Got absolutely no service in that first quarter. And maybe if they can just start to get the ball down there a little more often, their forwards are showing good signs they can win these matchups. So
for his second, Drew, take some kick.
For his second of the term and their third in a row. It's working back, but not enough. Just a minor score. And an even 5 goals the margin, 48-18.
So North Hobart with a kick out. Sandrick trapped it half back. Leeds present by way of Payne. Just dumps a long one down the line. Bursting through the hands of Downham. Stripping tackle there. Now Skelly will be held. It's going to be another ball up. Millhouse on the bottom of that pack. A little bit of argy-bargy from Smith. And that's just silly behaviour there by Hayden Smith, the veteran, giving up at a crucial area of the ground. So Sandrick plays on. Sends them inside forward 50. Edmondson takes a nice mark on short. He's been good. He's already got 2 next to his name, Edmondson. This would take some sort of kick, though, being out. Side the range of about 40 metres. Big, tall target down there. I'm surprised he hasn't played more senior football, to be honest. He's a very nice target down there, Ryan Edmondson. And this to get their third and to get them back on the scoring board. This quarter sends it to the top of their goal square where Yates awaits. And now it's going to be a behind.
So the first blemish on the scoreboard for North Hobart this afternoon. 8 goals, 49 they move to. 31 points ahead. Had a chance there, Edmondson, to just stop any semblance of momentum building. Big fly from behind was building there from Banks. Couldn't get it to the front, but he does well to just force it over the line, pressuring Ferguson. They've notably lifted in this third term. You can see it on the body language of the Bombers players. They're cracking in a bit more, starting to feel like maybe they're in this battle for the first time this afternoon. They're coming from a long way back, though. Meadows and Smith resume their duel. Smith's done well in these contests, but Meadows with the tackle. And we thought that might be the order of the day, and it has been. Smith winning the hit-outs, but around the ground, Meadows has been great and having a real impact on things. This one spills out the back of the contest. Clear and kick from Weber. Looking up, they'll move it quickly. Broomhall swept it across there to Charlie Treasure. Treasure guides it to a 2-on-1. It's gathered by Hovington. He storms inside 50. Set up kick, a little dicey. Oh, probably should have gone for goal there. Hovington went the team option, but really from 35 out, you've got to take the shot there, don't you, Bo?
Yeah, you've got to kick that, Jory, I think. Stuff what the teammate presenting wants.
Well, the team needed a goal.
Better. They needed a goal. And they didn't get it because he was a little bit too unselfish that time. So we'll see a ball up though. Lauderdale with another opportunity. And umpire just clearing traffic. Wiggins and Meadows. Meadows with the tap down. Millhouse was there. Tackle late though by Devine. We'll do it all again. 8 minutes gone. 2-6-18 to 8-1-49. They've been mauled here, Lauderdale. Can they bring it back on their terms? It's been all North Hobart this game. So Meadows sweeping through there. It was Hooker. Just left the ball behind. Eventually got tackled in the end there by Meadows. We'll see another ball up. So Meadows again winning that one. Holding free kick though. Going the way of Lauderdale. So free kick going the way of Studley. This would take some sort of kick. They need a goal. We've been saying that all day, but this to just bring it back to 25 points. Tom Studley, what can you do? Over to you, mate. You need a goal. Can you stand up? Tom Studley. Kick on the arc. You bet you can stand up. Studley gets his first. Back within 25. The door just ajar for Lauderdale. Premiership quarter. They've kicked 2 goals, Drew.
Yeah, starting to work their way back into this one now. They were absolutely jumped. Found themselves in an enormous hole, but they've now kicked the last 3 of this match and cut the margin back within 25 points. It's manageable if they can keep this going and play the manner they've played the first 10 minutes of this quarter. They might set themselves up for a storming finish here. Back within 25. Still plenty of work to do and no margin for error really from this point onwards, but a glimmer and some belief starting to grow. You can see it. You can certainly hear it here at the ground. The Lauderdale fans finding their voice. They've kicked 3 on the trot. Meadows reaches over the top. Smith got a hand in there. Some good pressure applied by Chivers. Spills out on towards Continenza. Anyone take clean possession here? Eventually, Blashka did. Handed it to Continenza. Worked almost to a Hooker. Just bounced off his chest. No one able to gather the football, but some high contact there. We'll see a free kick and an opportunity for Devine to send the Bombers inside 50 once more. Suddenly it's the Demons defence being asked some stern questions. High ball, backing back Meadows. Spectacular work from the ruckman, just working hard to give them the extra at the contest. He parked himself there and took the relieving back. Risky kick to Sandrick. It was well broken up. Some nice work here and an opportunity perhaps to follow up by Steele. He forced the turnover. No holding the ball there, no priors. This one's just blasted forward, but marshalling the defence expertly was Shaw. He wastes no time, drives it through the corridor, found Hooker. He gave it off to Continenza. Continenza spies a lead in the pocket, heads in that direction, but it just eludes Riley Banks. It'll be tossed inside the forward 50. And this game has certainly done a 180 since half-time. And all of a sudden, it's Lauderdale doing all the attacking.
You can certainly feel it here, Drew. Like you said, crowd just starting to lift. They got a little bit more to cheer about than they did the opening 2 quarters. Smith, Continenza just got mauled by Tilbury. Ball up. Still in a very good area of attack for Lauderdale. Umpire to reset. Big Smith ripping out of the ruck. Just got tackled by Meadows, who's been good and stood up this game, certainly as Charlie Meadows. He's been brilliant. So do it again. Smith. Hooker was his intended target. Blashke, Meadows had him. In and under was Sandrick. Wood just got pushed out of it. Wilmot off to Hasty. Spinning little kick out of fullback. Out in front of Yates. Skelly was there. Edmondson, the big man's worked his way up the ground. Skelly, he's happy to see this one over the boundary line for the throw-in.
Well, the Demons looking to post some questions back the other way. Done a lot of defending in the opening quarter of an hour here in the third term. Still got a fairly handy lead And they only need a couple more goals to make it the Demons Premiership here, the final Development League Grand Final. This last season of the competition. Hooker fired it out to Continenza, starting to get busy, those two. The on-ball brigade on Lauderdale starting to stand up. Continenza, you got on the boot change, slightly less loud, still quite bright. But when you're coming from fluorescent yellow, it was in the first half, down to an orange, it's a bit milder. But a man who likes to make a statement with his boots, evidently.
He's making a statement out there at the moment, Drew. He's been quite good for Lauderdale, one of their better players.
Yeah, he's been their best this quarter, I think, as Smith reaches down, but Sandrick climbs on top of him. Umpire, let's play develop. Hooker reaching in. Eventually, umpire says, I'll have it. So 25 points the margin, midway point of the third term. 2 goals to none. Lauderdale this quarter, and they kick that one just before the half-time break. Smith, the firm tackle and a holding the ball decision.
Need to kick a goal here, Drew, going forward. They can't afford to turn it over again.
And Big Smith will send them forward once more. Sets it up towards the paint of 50, spoiled away. Hasty got in there. Burrowed forward, but straight to Hooker, crashing through tackles. He took one too many on, though, and he was locked out by Cracknell. He says, you're going no further.
So ball up now, inside the centre square. Sandrick's in there. Continenza too, he's been good. Smith winning the tap down against Edmondson, spiked on by Sandrick, poked with a hand pass out wide. Ferguson trying to win this one. And Foster will be wrapped up. 15 minutes gone. 25 points the margin. Lauderdale have kicked 3 goals this quarter, and they've looked better than they did. Continenza just slipped over, flicked the hand pass back to short. Right foot kick. Just again to the paint of 50. Sandrick trying to spin his way out of trouble. Blaschke now. Continenza just got his head taken off. Free kick to Lauderdale. Not much on going forward though. Hayden Smith's going to try to provide an option. Ben Williams kicks out wide to Blaschke. Lethargic build-up. Blaschke just coming from the back as Gridley, who's moved his way down forward. Gridley sliding through. Blaschke diving on that one. Happy to see it out. And Jason Gridley, Drew, quite stiff to be dropped this week, for the senior grand final. It was only really because Alan Christensen's back in, but he did a pretty good roll on Josh Green last week, it must be said.
Yeah, it was always going to be one hard luck story into the seniors final. Christensen was always going to come back into that team. Gridley, the man who will make way. Of course, hard luck stories on the Northern Bombers too, as Meadows takes it away for North Hobart, sends it forward. It is wide open inside the Demons forward 50. A task here for Shaw. He was up to it. He was composed, but then he lost a hold of it. Miller gets it back, works it around the corner, faked the handball to Miller, straightens up instead. Kavanagh's kick, a pretty dangerous one. Is that a chop of the arms? Umpire says play on. Yates goes back. Handball to Finlay. Poke. He'll smash it through anyway. And they get their first of the third term. A steadier for the Demons. And they lead this one by 31 points.
Yeah, probably should have been a chop of the arms. Nonetheless, though, they did very, very well, North Hobart, to regather. And again, the danger signs for Josh McGuinness starting to just creep in. I'll come back to that question we asked, Joy. Obviously, as a coach, you never want to lose a grand final. Do you reckon they give him more motivation to win the senior? He'll try a lot harder. Obviously, he's going to try. I guess the question is, do you reckon this loss will play a bit of a, role in his mind?
I think when you're playing a grand final, if you're not out there absolutely determined and wanting it more than anything, you're at the wrong venue, Bowie. So I don't think it'll impact things too much. He'll might make him slightly more eager, but he would have been keen as they come already, I reckon. As the ball's back in the middle, the Demons looking to reassert control of this contest. And a quick inside 50 finds Downham. And they're a chance to go bang bang and wipe out the hard work Lauderdale had done. And this was the issue when you find yourself in such a hole early on. You leave yourself so little margin for error in the second half. They've been much better, but they have to be miles better than their opposition. Downham will wheel around to his right and set sail for home from 50. It's across the face. And it just sneaks in for a behind. 9-2, a 32-point advantage. Lauderdale, 18.5 gone this quarter. Can't make too many more mistakes from here, Bo.
Yeah, they certainly can't, Drew. So Skelly to dump a long one down the line. Treasure with a nice mark on Keeling. Just these 1%ers they need to do right. Just taking those crucial marks. Trying to move it forward. Treasure off to Williams. Called to play on. Spiralling ball into the middle of UTAS Stadium. Charlie Hasty awaits the ball. It bounces truly for him. Meadows the target. Umpire just deemed at 15. Meadows now. Not much to go to. No one inside the 50 except for that fullback for North Hobart. Scoops the hand pass off to Mole. Failing to take the mark there was Arnold. He's ripped in there. Was Jonty Barwick. Umpire just copying a little bit of flack from the fence. Adam Hayes, the umpire involved. So Smith tapping it down. Plaschke was the target. Bursting through there was Griegel. High tackle, free kick, advantage. He'll descend it to the top of the square. Matthew Yates on all fours. Miller trying to scoop this one up. Kavanagh's already got two. Intercepting was Williams. Really nicely, but it might come back in. Nice strong mark taken now from Devine. End-to-end ball game here for Lauderdale. Hits up a target. It's going to be Mead sending them forward. Again now Lauderdale swooping on this one is Broomhall. End-to-end stuff. Brilliant goal from Lauderdale. End-to-end ball movement. Broomhall finally swoops on it. And they get their fourth, Drewy, back to 26.
Yeah, it opened up nicely, and it is approaching that time for them. They're going to need to roll the dice through the corridor a bit in the final quarter and these final few minutes here. And they got out the back one of the few times today they were able to. They had the 2-on-1 inside the forward 50. As soon as it was out the back, there was only going to be one result. Just a bit of a chaotic hack out of defence, and it was a really good mark from Devine. That's what opened things up. And he saw the outnumber in the forward line, got it down there quickly. There's only ever going to be one result. It was Broomhall swept onto the football, and he cuts the margin back to 26. Can they find another one before the break and just make this margin a little more manageable? Edmondson's been good today, and he works this one forward. A chance now for the Demons for an immediate response as this one's drilled inside, and they will have an opportunity to respond instantaneously. They just drilled that one inside the forward 50. They found the marking target of Miller, who can go back and just wipe that one out.
Very good player, Jack Miller. Handy forward. Very, very good all-rounder in the North Hobart Cricket Club setup as well, Drury.
Can he finish the job here and conjure the immediate response? He does. They've got all the answers today, the Demons. 10-2-62. They lead this one again by 32 points. And just every time it looks like Lauderdale might be able to make some inroads back into this one. North Hobart have had the response in the third term. And they've still got a pretty commanding break as we tick towards three-quarter time here. 21 minutes 40 gone in the third.
And it's his 14th goal for the year, Drew. Real opportunistic player. Completely stuffed that word up there, but nonetheless, he's a very, very good player. Multi-talented athlete as well. Go back in the middle now. Smith with the tap down. In there was Hooker, off to Plaschke. The crucial players sending them forward again for Lauderdale. Keeling just paddled it to his advantage. Ferguson got stripped. Plaschke with a little dink kick over in front of Broomhall. Shrugging the boundary. One tap, two taps, centering football. And it's going to be a free kick to Hovington. So he's already got one. 37 goals this year. First on the tally. And don't they need this?
Liking Broomhall forward, his speed has given him another dimension. Ball wasn't getting down there, to be fair, earlier, but they're looking very dangerous whenever the ball hits the deck down there, Bo.
So Hovington now. Again, just to bring it back to 26, it sort of stayed that margin this whole quarter. It's certainly been a quarter one by Lauderdale. And Hovington gets his second. And again, we'll say it, Drew, back to 26. A little bit of the door ajar. You never know what the last quarter's going to bring. And I think they've put the siren up here, Drew.
They have 4-2. That makes it for the quarter. And 5 of the last 7 for Lauderdale. Margin 26 points. Can they close in beyond that barrier, though. Can they get it back down towards 20 points before we reach the final turn? And Hobart still sitting pretty in this one, but Lauderdale looking far more dangerous. The speed of ball movement has been a lot better this quarter. The cleanliness by foot also. And unsurprisingly, that's giving their forwards some decent looks. So back to the middle, and they crashing after this one. Continenza's been great this quarter, and he worked this one out the back, and they'll send it inside the forward 50 again, and reaching up to clock the mark.
Mead, I think, Drew.
Yeah, it is Mead, and they are suddenly playing some inspired footy.
Well, whatever McGuinness said to them at half-time is well and truly stuck in their brains, because they've convincingly won the quarter, Drew.
So the margin sits at 26. Mead can cut that to 20 points here. They'll move within striking distance in the last quarter. If Noah Mead can drive this one through, he should be able to. Pretty regulation kick. 25 out directly in front. And he makes no mistake. And it is the Bombers who are taking off here at York Park. They're right back in this grand final. 6-6 plays 10-2. As we tick towards the three-quarter time siren, it's game on at York Park.
Yeah, that's his first of the afternoon, Noah Mead. None bigger than that one at this point in time of this game. I'll tell you what, they've been so dominant this quarter. Lauderdale only, you said, the one goal, and that'll be the siren. So, Julie, I'm going to tip Lauderdale. I think they're going to get up. I think we're going to see a big comeback here. They're up and about. That quarter performance really gets them up and about. Probably one of the better three-quarter performances we'll see all year. And now it is over to you, Lauderdale, to try and respond. Some goal kickers for you. Logan Hovington with 2. Noah Mead with 1. Arnold, Wiggins and Broomhall with singles for Lauderdale. Kavanagh, Yates and Edmondson with 2. Barwick, Poke and Miller also down and with 1 joint.
Yeah, for those tuning in who may not watch Development League throughout the year, just 25-minute quarters, and then that's it, if you're wondering how the siren came when play wasn't going there after the goal back to the So just 25 minutes, and then that is the siren. There's a defined time limit on these. So that is why the siren went after the goal as we went back to the middle. And that's the second quarter in a row that they've basically kicked a goal on or after the siren. It gives them some hope. Bo Downham is certainly, he's predicting big things in the last quarter. He thinks they can reel it in. It's still a handy break. It's 62 plays 42. But they kicked 5 goals to 2 that quarter to work their way back into it. Another quarter like that, and it'll be a thrilling finish indeed. They've got themselves within touching distance. They're close enough if they're good enough. The stage is set for what should be a cracking final term of the last ever TSL Development League Grand Final. We'll be back with it for you in a few minutes' time. So we're back for the final term at York Park, the grand final of the TSL Development League. It is North Hobart 10-62 leading Lauderdale 6-6-42. But it is the Bombers on the charge. They found themselves in an enormous hole after North Hobart kicked the first 8 goals of this grand final. But Lauderdale have responded with 6 of the last 8. They've got themselves back within touching distance. Fair to say, the first goal in this final term of enormous value, Bo Downham.
Oh, certainly is, Drewy. And what a contest we have. It wasn't looking like it earlier. 20 points to the margin is always something to be scared of if you are the team that is in front. We've seen it numerous times in the AFL. We've even seen it a few times in the TSL over the years. And the first goal, we were just speaking off there, is so crucial to either of these teams. You feel like whoever gets it will probably go on and win. If Lauderdale can get the first one, I think it'll put them in good stead going forward. But what a cracker of a match we have. Pleasure to have your company wherever you're watching from around the planet. It's Cripps TSL Development League Grand Final action live from UTAS Stadium. And it's currently North Hobart taking a 20-point lead.
So the umpire just waiting everyone to clear the venue.
I think they're waiting for Danny to turn off the wrap, Joey.
A couple of patrons just making their way from the ground now. But the umpire holds the ball aloft and we're set to go here in the last ever quarter of Development League football. Who will be the final premiers? Can the Demons hold on, or will the Bombers reel them in? The stage is set for a grandstand finish. First goal, enormous, especially if the Bombers can get it. Gee, it'll be game on then. Barwick has been pretty well held today. Treasure locking that one in there.
Continenza in there, Hooker as well.
Those two enormous in quarter number 3. Hooker reaching in for that one. Couldn't quite gather it as they scrap away. It'll be the Demons who clear through Downham. Sent up towards half forward. Bit of a tumbling bounce. Tilbury spins away with it and then sets it up inside the forward 50. Can they find a mark? Just worked on its way by Edmondson. He'll go back in for it at ground level. And it's going to be a ball up.
Ball up inside forward 50 for North Hobart. Tilbury in the middle now. Smith tapping it down. Barwick hugging the boundary line. Slapping it on the right boot. Barwick just missing. So the Rodney Eade medalist just to the left face of the goal. Missing that one. But they are already pressing here, North Hobart. Williams to take this kick out. Long kick down the line. Smith the intended target. Crashing the pack there was Meadows. Slap it on was Hasty. Goes in and gets his own crumb. Meadows again. Just sending him forward. Payne, he got mauled. And it was a strong tackle shown by Gregel. Your man, Drewy, Will Gregel. In quiet, but you never know when it's not your day. Very cliche. It could be your moment. Barwick. And Continental will be wrapped up.
Enormous stakes on the first goal here of the final term. Smith wins it down. And again, it's going absolutely nowhere. Meadows reaches over the top. Downham locking it in.
No one inside the forward 50 for Lauderdale, Jury, so they need a real kick, quick kick.
Tense atmosphere at the ground at the moment. Smith just smashes it clear of the pack. Big one-on-one here. It's gathered by Wiggins. He was brought down immediately. And they'll toss it up again. A series of stoppages to start quarter number 3. Who can get kick inside the forward 50 and get the first goal of the quarter? It's going to be absolutely crucial. That one just kind of thrown out there. And again, it's locked in.
So repeat stoppages. Here's the order of the afternoon so far. Smith. In there was Hooker. Barwick just slapped it on the right boot and hoped for the best. Mark taken nearly there by Still. He probably was stiff to not He caught the mark, but nonetheless, it will be another stoppage. Smith and Meadows. And ruck battle all day. Really like the game of Meadows. Smith. And this would suit North Hobart, wouldn't it, Drewy? Just the stoppages. Run the time off the clock. And remember, we've only got 21.5 minutes left in this quarter. So Smith, Sandrick, dancing his way out of traffic, sending it inside forward 50. Edmondson was lurking at the back. Here is Yates. Running onto this one is Miller. Tied along the boundary. In there is Poke. He just got stripped of it. Umpire's call was play on. Hack kick out wide there from Shaw is going to end up in the hands of Millhouse.
So Millhouse on the paint of 50 assesses his options. The leads present themselves. Will he take responsibility himself? He wheels to the left. He'll send it long. It won't have the journey to the top of the square. Off hands. Miller flicks it back inside. Barwick was there, but Lauderdale should have been able to clear. A bit of a loose handball. Put Continenza under the gun. Got it to Hooker, but he coughed it up. And now an opportunity here. Swooping on his Hilda. And he worked it back onto the post. It was a coat of paint away from being a huge goal in this game. But instead the lead goes to 22 points.
So, just ever so pressing North Hobart. Long kick down the line. To a genuine line. Here is Broomall. Drew spoke about his pace. Broomall hands it off now to Webber. Sending them forward again. Hand pass was just sloppy. Ended up in the hands of Still. Broomall slipped over at the crucial time. Turnover again. Still trying to pick this one up. He just got tackled. Holding the man free kick to Still. On this outer wing. Wheeling and going. Long kick inside forward 50. Mead from the back. Brilliant mark. To send them forward. Hand passing off to a teammate. It was Steele. He took him out. The arrogance sending it inside forward. 50 to goal. Just missing. How about the arrogance, Drewy, to take a bounce? He said, you can't catch me. And he went for goal, and it was a fingernail's width away.
Would have been a team lift to that one. One of the great goals in grand finals. Not to be. The margin 21 points as the clearing kick is a good one, but dropping the chest mark was pain. And that's the pressure just coming to bear there. Will the skills stand up under the intense pressure of a fourth quarter of a grand final? 21 points the margin. It's the Bombers pushing. Can they get the first goal of this final term? Smith paddled it down, but it was sharked by Cracknell. An opportunity for Treasure. Flick the handball across to Webber. Webber guides it inside forward 50, and he finds Hovington, who's come to life in the second half. Logan Hovington. And he'll go back and try and kick the first of this final quarter and really dial up the pressure on the Demons.
Such a big kick, Drew. A lot relies on Hovington, who's the leading goal kicker. 38 goals this year, making it 39, hopefully.
The crowd holds its breath as Hovington approaches and sends it on its way. He has nailed it! And it's a 15-point ball game at York Park. Here come the Bombers. They've come roaring back into this one. They've kicked 7 of the last 9 and they've closed within 15 points.
Of course, no, Josh McGuinness down there, Drew. He's getting ready for the senior game. So, not sure who's taking the helm down there, but, I mean, whatever he's doing, it's making it work. It might be Josh Williams down there on the bench for them, making some moves. It's working at the moment. Continenza's coming back on, moving to the forward line. And now, it's back to 15 in a picturesque UTAS Stadium. Looking really, really good, isn't it? As we get another hit out one by Smith. Here he is. A little bit of time and space. Razzle-dazzle by Smith. Continenza trying to take the mark. Hasty just got the fist on it. Called for a ball up. So near Lauderdale's forward 50. Smith, can he stand up, the big ruckman? Just slapped it out into a little bit of space. Millhouse and Hooker. Hooker winning this one. Just got the hand pass away in the nick of time. Kick forward only as far as Bradley Williams. And we'll see a mark at centre half back now for the D's. Williams. Long kick to this commentary side wing. Wood slapping it on. Gridley does well just to pick it, the ball up and have some composure. Ferguson just hugging the boundary, and sloppy play there by Arnold. Probably needed to take the mark, didn't he, Drew?
Just couldn't quite reel it in there.
Didn't put the body behind it, just sort of stuck the mittens out and just split through the fingertips.
Tough one running back with the ball swirling around a little bit. It'll be thrown in on centre wing. And the Bombers charging at the Demons. Smith just takes it out of the ruck himself and he'll blast it forward. Big contest here. Oh, through the hands there of Mole. That invites danger. Swooping on it. Banks! Oh. He's just offline. And all the momentum is with the Bombers. The flowing football of the first half of the Demons has come to a halt here in the second half. Big contest here on the wing. Sandrick brought it down. Find a handball to Williams. He'll drive them inside 450 here. No, he opts to just pop one over the top instead. The Leeds presents. Oh, the mark just dropped. Handball back inside, a chance for Pope. He steadies. He goes! And that was a badly needed goal for the Demons. Finlay Pope with his second of the afternoon. And the margin back out to 20 points.
Yeah, captain's goal, Drewy, if ever they needed one. And it's back out to 20 now. Pope with his second, as you mentioned. And such a big kick in the context of this game. He just took a little bit more time, didn't he, Drew? Just to pick it up, sized up the goals, and it was a magnificent kick. So, the clouds just start to roll over. It doesn't look like too much rain is coming yet, but starting to get a little bit cooler. Back into the middle now. Smith and Edmondson. One more goal will probably do it here. We got 15 minutes left in the season. Smith. In there was Cracknell. Blashke wearing him like a glove. Ball up. So, Hayden Smith's really stood up this quarter. Edmondson with it tapped down. Kavanagh just overrunning it. Cracknell socket off the turf. Gridley in a one-on-one battle. Soccering it again forward nicely was Barwick. He's been huge. Poke just fumbled at the crucial time. Gridley out of tackle. Sending them inside forward 50 over the head of Hilda. And boundary line beats all comers. Sam Clayton trying to get that one over. And it will be a throw in. About 40 out from goal. Maybe even 35. Edmondson rips it out of the ruck. He's mauled. Ball up.
Whoa, perhaps fortunate there, Edmondson. Thought he had an opportunity perhaps to dispose of the football. Umpire perhaps a little generous. Demons pressing. One more goal might be enough for them to seal this one. As this one's worked boundary side. No one can take clean possession. Hooker fires a handball towards the boundary. Just keeping it in play, Cracknell. Careful tackle from Blashke. Didn't want to slip up too high there. Eventually there'll be a stoppage. 20 points to margin, 25-minute quarters. If they kick another, that might be enough. 5 goals might be too much of an ask. Reaching over the top with Smith, but can't find a teammate. They'll be happy to just run as much clock as possible. And as few minutes of actual gameplay as they can have in this final 12 or so minutes. Lauderdale needing 4 goals as it stands. Oh, that's a firm tackle. It's holding the ball. Rewarded as Shivers. And he'll set them away off half back. Set his teammate a task there in Continental, but it then spilled out the back. And off to the races was Steele. Flipped it over the top. Oh, the handball missed him on the return from Devine. And the Demons should be able to spark back the other way through Downham. He combines there with Cracknell. Cracknell's kick wasn't a good one, but he found the one teammate surrounded by 3 Bombers. Following up was Downham. Got the handball out the back to Miller.
Oh.
Miller's offline. And he misses a wide open forward 50. But a minor score only, though the umpires just spotted something off the ball here. And what is going to be the result of that, I wonder?
Oh, it's going to be a Miller free kick, I think, Drewy.
It looks like it's going to be a free kick to Miller.
Just to seal it, I reckon. Wow, what? I'm not quite sure what that was for, to be honest.
And I'm sure the viewers have more idea. I think we just had a replay. We're too busy staring at the field. Either way, Miller could go back and make it 27 points there. And that might just be that. If he can kick this one. Actually, it must be 26 because that behind would get wiped off. So Miller could seal the grand final here. He sends it on its way, and he sends it through the middle. And the Demons are out by 26. And surely that's going to be a bridge too far for the Bombers.
Yeah, I reckon so, Drew. They've worked extremely hard. We're still waiting for the scoreboard to be updated here at UTAS, but the stream one is definitely correct. So Miller just icing that one. Loves the celebration, does Jackie Miller. And he made no mistake of that one. He's a big game player. Very, very handy cricketer in the Cricket Tasmania pathways as well. So probably have to make a choice sooner rather than later on which career he'd like to do, because he's very talented at both. So back in the middle now. 26 points the margin. Is it a door too far? So we got, again, we have them going inside forward 50 off the hands of Miller. And now a ball up just inside forward 50 now for North Hobart. In there was Meadows, tapping it down. Miller lurking around again. Arnold has him in a jam. Ball up. I reckon he might have been pushed as he kicked it. Did Jack Miller. So Smith, he won the tap down only as far as Downham. Slapping it on the right boot. Deep inside forward 50. Lurking around is Sandrick. Hilda as well. Boundary throw in. Awaits both the teams. And 9 minutes left in this Dev League season. 27 points the margin. Can Lauderdale make one of the best comebacks in recent TSL history, or will it be North Hobart? Smith just tapped it to space. Poke ran in to two Bomber troubles. We'll see a ball up.
27 points. Just 8 minutes 40 to go. Surely the Demons will be premiers. Meadows fired out the handball. Hooker, who's fought hard, but he's wrapped up here. His team need an absolute miracle at this point. They need 5 goals in 8 minutes or so. They've kicked 7 all afternoon. They've fought back, but the hole looks like it's going to be too big. The Demons, they've steadied here in the final term. And 27 points is their lead. Smith won it down. And was sharked though by Cracknell. Sets it up towards Payne. Ball still into dispute, bouncing around inside the forward 50 arc. On top of it was Skelly. He's going nowhere. As time continues to tick away there. Under 8 minutes away from premiership glory now, the Demons. Smith out of the ruck contest, but he fired a handball. He fired it straight to the opposition in Yates. His kick is marked. And Sandrick will go back and drive the dagger in and officially make it a certainty. Jack Sandrick, he has been a stalwart of this side, experienced customer, and he'll go back now and kick for goal to extend the lead to 33 points. Jack Sandrick. The Demons will be premiers. They lead this one by 33. They kicked the first 8 of the game. The Bombers fought back, but they've steadied when they've needed to. And it's a commanding lead they have now, Bo Downham.
It certainly is, Drewy. And what a program they have out there at North Hobart. It might not be working all that much for the senior team, but I'll tell you what, this Development League team are making no mistakes with their opportunities. So, back in the middle, this game probably all but done. It's 33 points. And I can tell you what, Smith's still going to work his butt off. A lot of these players are still going to try hard. And that's probably all you can ask for them. Meadows, now Millhouse. So swift inside forward 50 again. It's a shellacking. Here is Pogue. Miller snapping it to the teeth of goal. Just off line. He's kicked them when they counted Jack Miller, and that's all that matters. So, Arnold to roost this one down the middle. Millhouse is there, Keeling from the back. Downham socketed forward. Who they got now? Miller. Scoop the hand pass off to Kavanagh. Ferguson just slaps it on the left foot boot. Mark taken by Sandrick. And for 2 in 2 minutes, big Jack Sandrick in and out of the senior team this year. And this to extend it out to 40 points. I think the crowd will tell the tale of this one. They are starting to flock in here at UTAS Stadium. Sandrick from 10 metres out, if that, to ice this game. Now what a game it's been. The Demons have been on top all day, Drewy, haven't they? And it is certainly shown.
Yeah, it was some good fight shown from Lauderdale. And they kicked the first of the final term. It seemed like perhaps they were a chance to run over the top of them, but it's been a staunch response. And Sandrick now just feasting on the carcass at the end of this one with a couple of late goals.
Nom, 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 nom.
He's just said this game's done. Got in the goal square and he's kicked a couple late. Just to add his name into history here. A couple of goals in the winning grand final team. And the only real question left to be answered now is who's going to be best to field. The Demons will be the victors. There's no doubt about that. And well and truly deserving. They jumped them.
They need a footy, I think, Drewy.
Yep, we're just waiting on a football. We're back to the middle and have not got a ball. So just get one run out, kicked out there. The game going through the motions now.
Well, it has been a bitterly disappointing display by Lauderdale, Drewy. And that's all we can really say about it. They were favourites coming to this first on the ladder, and they've definitely disappointed.
Yeah, first half was where the damage was done. They showed some fight in the second half, but coming from too far back as that one was a big hit off the ball. As ball in dispute, just pulled back without it was Hilda. Umpire says play on. Hilda goes back in, gathers, flicks a handball over the top to Millhouse. Couldn't gather, and then leaves a bit of treatment outside of the field of play from Chivers, who I think might have been the man who gave Miller that goal with some off the ball work that sealed it.
I think probably just go back to your positions, guys. You've probably been very disappointing in the grand final, Drewy.
Well, I remember the dying embers of last year's Development League grand final.
Well, we don't remind you about that.
It all got very nasty, Bo. We don't want to repeat of that.
No, I think we'll keep that one down in the archives, Drewy, because that was a bloodbath last year. But
hopefully none of that.
No, let's hope not. But in all seriousness, Lauderdale have been bitterly disappointing, and maybe just the big stage got to them, or I mean, they had the week off. In North Hobart, well, they came off that thrilling 3-point victory last week, and they've certainly steered right home in this one. Smith, in there was Williams, Gridley, Edmondson lurking around. Could he be best on ground? We'll wait and see. Going to be a ball up just on this outer wing. 22.5 gone.
Dying embers of this one. So the ball is tossed up once more. Clear and kicks goes straight to Downham. Been prolific for the Demons. Set up kick high inside the forward 50 arc. No one can take the mark. And they'll repel via Foster. Puts it out in the outer wing. They've got a few lining up. Broomhall next in the queue. Took a cruel bounce for him though. The Demons win the football back. Chipped over the top by Calburn. And a marking target in Sandrick, who's got busy here in corner number 4. Just settles things down. You send them inside again. Arching ball. Easily picked off there, though. Intercepted by Arnold. Game very much going through the motions now, just waiting for that final siren that will bring victory for the Demons. It'll be a deserved victory too, as this one spills over for another ball in.
Yeah, probably just a lack of skill execution by Lauderdale in most of today. We hear these coaches say better team won, and they certainly did. They were on the back foot all afternoon, Lauderdale. And when it's time for the whips to crack, North Hobart gave himself the best opportunity on the day. 1 minute to go. All just bobbling around now. A few stoppages. North Hobart are going to go back to back as Dev League premiers in a pretty convincing way. Here they are. The cheers in a second as we go forward again. North Hobart just trying to go forward. Treasure now. He'll just pick this one up. Dancing out of trouble all the time in the world. Treasure had Keeling meeting this one. Just a spiralling ball out of defence. 20 seconds now. Me just stabbing at this one. Nice mark nearly taken there by Broomhall. He can count the seconds down as we go. Covington kicked it out of midair. Treasure right at the back. Not long left now. North Hobart are the premiers. Blaschke's going to eat this one up. And back-to-back premiers, North Hobart. They've mugged Lauderdale. 7-6-50 to 14-6-90. Back-to-back North Hobart. 50-metre penalty as well. Blaschke is going to have the last laugh today, but North Hobart, the last laugh of the year. Goal that didn't really matter. He's put it onto the roof. North Hobart are the premiers by 40 points, Andrew Cooling.
Yeah, convincing victors today. They were absolutely lights out in that first half. They kicked 8 goals before Lauderdale not even scored. It was dominant stuff from them, really. They fought back, though, in the last quarter. They set the stage for a pretty exciting finish. Credit to them. They dug their way back in. They closed and cut the margin within 3 goals there at one point. It was back within 15 points at the 7.5-minute mark of the final term. But from there, the Demons steadied, responded with some steadying goals, and they secure a pretty comfortable victory in the end, and they defend their premiership, the last ever Development League premiership. They're second on the bounce. A 34-point victory, 14-6-90 to 8-8-56. The team of the red and the blue claim the Dev League. Lauderdale will be hoping that they can find some success in the later game. It has eluded them here. They came in probably as favourites. Narrow favourites, though. Every time they met this year, it was super tight. And today, it wasn't quite to be. For them, the Demons outstanding. And they won it early. They set the lead up. It's just so hard to mount a comeback from such a large deficit. When you lead by over 40 points, you've got no margin for error, and we saw that. They came storming back, got within 15, but they'd simply left themselves too much to do, Bo Downham.
Oh, they certainly did, really, and congratulations to North Hobart. Such a good program down there. The 2024 Dev League premiers. Lauderdale fought right till the very end. It might not have been a convincing fight back, but they've done well just to sort of even give themselves a chance when it looks like they were going to get absolutely belted. They ended up coming out 40, or I should say 34 points losers. It was looking to be a lot more than that, didn't it, Drewy?
Yeah, it was a game of getting on runs, really. First 8 goals of the game led the way of North Hobart, and Lauderdale stormed back and when they close within 15 points, you just sense that, hang on, it's game on here. But just that free kick, the 50-metre, or the free kick rather, they gave away. It was the shot on goal that went through from behind. There was a free kick after that, so they got the behind, and then the shot from Miller directly in front. That just gifted them a goal when they could ill afford it. That really, I think, broke the back of Lauderdale in this one. But all credit to the Demons. They were ferocious out of the blocks in that first half. The intensity they brought, the pressure around the ball. Lauderdale were really wayward with their kicking off half-back. They were their own worst enemies at times, but a lot of that was because of the pressure that was being applied by North Hobart on the ball carrier and the way they were structuring up behind the ball. They were just covering off options really well. It just allowed those repeat entries. They took full advantage. They kicked 8 goals straight from the first 8 shots. And that's, that can be the difference. If they're 4-4 from those 8 opportunities, then suddenly, you've been dominated, but you're still in the contest. And you kick 8 straight from them, that's maximising your chances, and just made life so hard for Lauderdale. And even when they had mounted that comeback, they could only close within 15 points. And it only really needed 1 goal from there. They got it, and then, the last 10 minutes, it was game done. Lauderdale had given up the ghost at that point, and Jack Sandrick just feasted on the carcass a little.
Yeah, very, very good point. They've just been great all year, haven't they, Drewy? They finished second on the ladder. Credit to Dave Kilpatrick, the president. Adam Bester, the senior coach, is down there as well. And I mean, this whole program might not be the best on the senior side. It is certainly one of the better programs in the state when it comes to developing these younger players. And we've seen a lot of these younger debutants play senior footy this year, Drew, and I think that's probably one of the better things you can ask out of any team. And he lose so much young talent, drop the older players back into the Dev League. It seems like they all took it pretty well, and they come out here 34-point winners. It was a pretty convincing display. And Lauderdale, well, they were pretty defeated down there, sitting just in front of us, but
there's always the contrast of emotions, isn't there, as we prepare
Football Club on winning the 2024 TSL Development League Premiership. Thanks once again to our premier partners, the AFL, the Tasmanian Government and Crips. I'd now like to invite AFL Tasmania's talent manager David O'Sine to come forward to present our first awards. Earlier today at the TSL Awards function, the 2024 Development League Eid medalist was announced. Jonty Barwick from North Hobart won the award after polling 3 votes in the final roster match to win by 1. I'd like to invite Johnny to come forward to accept the 2024 Eid medal.
Massive thanks to Lauderdale. Each time we played, it's been an unbelievable contest. So, good luck next year. And to my boys, love you all. How good's this, eh? Let's go.
Well done, Jonty. Also at the awards function, the Development League leading goal kicker was announced. And I'd like to ask Lauderdale's Logan Hovington to come forward to accept his trophy. Well done, Logan. I'd now like to invite the head of AFL Tasmania, Damien Gill, to come forward to present today's Best On-Ground medal, which has been won by the North Hobart Football Club's Ryan Edmondson. Just wanted to say thank you to the Lauderdale Footy Club. It's obviously a pretty awesome achievement to get both teams up here today. So well done to you boys. And let's go D's. Congratulations, Ryan. Damien will now present the medal to the coach of the 2024 TSL Development League Premiers, Brad Tilbury.
First year to Josh and the Lauderdale boys. Been the top team all year. We've been trying to chase her all year, and great fight back there. So all the best for the rest of the day and into the summer, and hopefully all you boys stick around next year in the new comp. To our boys, how good, eh? Well done. Thanks to all our supporters coming up, making the trek up, all the buy-in for you boys, just been super. We knew we had to be disciplined and really stick to our process. We'll challenge there for a bit, but we got there in the end, so well done, eh?
Thanks, Tilbs. Damien will now present the 2024 Development League Premiership medallions to the winning players. Starting with number 3, let's get him back up here, Jonty Barwick. Number 8, Ryan Edmondson. Number 14, Charlie Meadows. Number 16, Trent Millhouse. Number 18, Lachlan Payne. Number 20, Joshua Hilda. Number 21, Tom Ferguson. Number 24, Jack Wilmot. Number 25, Bradley Williams.
Yep.
Number 26, Riley Ferguson. Number 28, Bradley Young. Number 31, Charlie Hasty. Number 33, Matthew Yates. Number 35, Connor Downham. Number 38, Max Calburn. Number 42, Austin Keeling. Number 44, Cade Kavanagh. Number 45, Jack Sandrick. Number 46, Riley Wood. Number 48, Felix Mole. Number 54, Angus Cracknell. Number 62, Jack Miller. Number 30, the captain, Finlay Poke. And the coach, number 4, Brad Tilbury. Before I announce our club ambassador to come forward and present the cup, I'd like to invite a representative from the umpires to come forward to collect your medallions.
Gaze, come on.
Well done to the umpires for the important role they play in our game. I'd now like to welcome North Hobart legend Shane Arnold to come forward to present the 2024 TSL Development League Premiership Cup to North Hobart captain Finn Poke and coach Brad Tilbury. Your 2024 premiers, North Hobart.
Sing this song to you. Should old acquaintance be forgot, keep your eye on the red and the blue. It's a grand old flag, it's a high-flying flag. It's the emblem for me and for you. It's the emblem of the team we love, the team of the red and the blue. Every heart beats true for the red and the blue as we sing this song to you. Should old acquaintance be forgot, keep your eye on the red and the blue.
Summer anytime I rap, time to blossom when I'm on a track. Spin bars, top class, full of energy, no cap. Creating an old rhyme, I look on that map. You can stop what we do, I doubt it. We've got the energy, we'll tell you all about it. I searched for my spark and I found it. Everybody in the crowd start bouncing. Think you can stop what we do, I doubt it. We've got the energy, we'll tell you all about it. I searched for my spark and I found it.
Please welcome the North Launceston Football Club onto UTAS Stadium.